The ambassador's hand trembled as he extended it across the negotiation table, his smile unwavering despite the alien delegation's holographic threats, flickering like dying stars above them. Captain Elena Vasquez watched from the shadows of the Earth's envoy chamber, her fingers itching toward the concealed pulse pistol at her hip. The Krell emissaries, towering, chitinous forms with eyes like polished obsidian, tilted their heads in unison, their mandibles clicking in what passed for amusement. "Human," the lead one rasped through the translator. "Your gestures mean nothing. Yield the colony worlds or we glass them from orbit." Elena's jaw tightened. She'd seen the scans. A fleet of Krell dreadnoughts lurking just beyond the system's asteroid belt, their weapons primed. The colony on Epsilon 4 held 2 million souls. Miners' families, the backbone of humanity's fragile expansion. No way in hell they'd hand it over, but Ambassador Hale, ever the diplomat, kept that serene grin plastered on, shaking the proffered claw gently. "Let's discuss terms," he said, voice steady as lunar rock. "Humanity values peace. What do you propose?" She edged closer, her boots silent on the polished deck. The air hummed with tension, the chamber's force field shimmering faintly against the void outside. Hale was buying time, she knew. Enough for the stealth probes to relay data back to the UNS fleet. But one wrong word and those mandibles would snap shut. The lead Krell leaned in, its breath a sour fog through the vents. "Proposal? Surrender. Or annihilation." The holograms intensified, showing simulated firestorms ravaging human outposts, cities crumbling to ash. Helena's stomach twisted, but she forced her face neutral. "Smile." Hale had whispered to the team earlier. "Always smile. It unnerves them." Hale nodded, still smiling. "Annihilation? That's a strong word. Tell me more about your concerns." He gestured to the seats as if inviting old friends to tea. The Krell hesitated, their collective hive mind buzzing audibly through the comms. Elena caught a subordinate's eye, Lieutenant Marco Ruiz, her second, positioned by the exit. He gave a subtle nod. The evacuation protocols were green, but the real play was the virus upload she'd planted in the negotiation array hours ago. One signal from her and it would scramble their fleet cords. The lead Krell's claws scraped the table, carving faint lines. "Concerns? You infest our expansion lanes. Epsilon before is forfeit." The others chorused agreement, a low thrum that vibrated the floor. Hale's eyes flicked to Elena. Now or never. She pressed the hidden activator on her wrist gauntlet. Alarms blared distantly in her implant, upload initiating. But the Krell stiffened, one emissary's arm whipping out to seize Hale's wrist. "Deception," it hissed. "We sense your machines meddling." Elena's fingers closed on the concealed pulse pistol at her hip as the lead Krell's claw seized Ambassador Hale's wrist. "Deception," it hissed through the translator, mandibles flaring. She whipped the weapon free in a blur, leveling it at the emissary's thorax. "Back off." The chamber exploded into chaos. Krell guards surged from alcoves, energy lances igniting with high-pitched whines that split the air. Hale twisted loose, his serene diplomat's grin cracking as he dove behind the negotiation table. Blasts scorched the polished deck, forcing Elena to roll into cover while Lieutenant Marco Ruiz fired suppressive bursts from the exit. "Captain, their shields adapt, standard rounds bounce," Ruiz shouted over the din. A lance grazed her shoulder, searing through fabric and skin in a white-hot line. She gritted her teeth, priming a disruptor grenade despite the pain lancing down her arm. "Elena, the upload's at 40%. "Hold them!" Hale yelled from his position, snatching a fallen comm panel to bark override sealing the chamber doors. The lead Krell roared, charging with claws extended, its entourage forming a chitinous phalanx that vibrated the floor with their thrum. She lobbed the grenade. The blast rippled their shields like disturbed water, cracking open a fleeting path. Marco flank left by Hale time. Ruiz melted into shadow, his shots pinging off armored plates but splintering the guard's formation. The lead lunged at her, mandibles splayed wide. Elena sidestepped, slamming her pistol stock into its joint with a sharp crack, then fired point-blank into the exposed underbelly. Ichor sprayed across the table, the creature crumpling in a gurgling heap. More Krell poured in, holograms shifting from simulations to real-time fleet readouts. Dreadnoughts powering weapons beyond the asteroid belt. 60%, Hale called, voice cutting through the fray. A guard's lance clipped Ruiz's leg, dropping him with a grunt. Elena spun, covering him as her breath came ragged. The upload hit 80%, the negotiation array sparking under digital assault. The Krell pressed harder, their clicks turning frantic. They sensed the trap closing. Then the station shuddered, her implant pinging. Fleet coordinates scrambled. The Krell froze, confusion rippling through their hive mind as the leader's obsidian eyes widened. Hale rose from cover, bloodied but flashing that unyielding smile. Negotiations over. Your ships are lost. Elena holstered her pistol, hauling Ruiz upright. The chamber fell silent except for the fading hologram's hum. Outside the viewport, Krell shadows shifted erratically. A temporary victory. Annihilation averted? Not yet. She gripped Ruiz's arm tighter, dragging him toward the emergency bulkhead amid wailing alarms. Hale limped ahead, slapping the override panel to seal the chamber. The lead Krell's corpse slumped against the console, multifaceted eyes dimming. But Elena knew the hive would adapt, reroute, retaliate. Upload status? She demanded, voice echoing in the narrow corridor where conduits flickered like faulty nerves. Hale checked his wrist implant, blue holograms ghosting his blood-streaked face. 92%. Virus embedded, scrambling their fleet like clockwork. But it's fighting back. Minutes before purge. Ruiz coughed, sweat slicking his brow despite the seeping chill. Minutes? Felt like hours in there. He tested his leg, wincing but pressing on, stubborn grit incarnate. The corridor trembled deeper, station bones groaning under assault. Elena's implant buzzed. Krell boarding pods latching to the hull, warriors spilling into maintenance shafts. Human fleet icons blinked erratically on her overlay, some realigning, others ghosting into false positions via the hack. Bridge compromised, Hale said, tone clipped. Captain orders evac to auxiliary corps. We link up reinforced defenses. She nodded, schematics flashing in her mind. The core was a shielded bastion with automated turrets, but reaching it meant crossing the atrium, a kill zone now teeming with foes. No long route. Improvise or die. They rounded into a service junction, sparks raining from a ruptured panel. Ruiz spotted the loose grate first. Crawl space to atrium underside. Tight but off their sensors. Hale arched a brow, wry smile piercing his pain. You leading, meathead? Ruiz snorted. Gotta watch your back while you play hero. Elena crouched, prying the grate with a scavenged crowbar. Metal screeched, too loud, but choice vanished. She slid in, vent chill biting her skin, ducts humming with failing life support. Hale followed, then Ruiz, his legs scraping awkwardly. Darkness engulfed them, broken by implant glows. Elena twisted through pipes and wires by memory. Distant clatter echoed, Krell claws closing in. Her pulse thrummed. Halfway, the vent buckled. A hull breach surge slammed them, twisting ducts. She braced, shoulders scraping raw. Hold! Hale grunted behind. Collapsing. Krell venting sections to flush us. Ruiz's voice muffled through. Push, light ahead. They inched on, metal agonizing in protest. Elena's arms burned, but she drove forward, emerging into the atrium's underbelly as the vent crashed shut behind. They dropped into shadows below the vast chamber, ozone thick with plasma tang. Above, chaos buzzed, Krell warriors swarming walkways, lances carving human barricades. Shouts and gunfire ricocheted, shields whining failure. The central hologram flickered, showing fleet illusions drawing Krell into ambushes. Elena scanned paths. A service ladder rose to catwalks exposed. Hale pointed to inert maintenance drones. Hack one. Ride across. Ruiz shook his head. Risky. Glitch and we're targets. No choice. She darted to the nearest, fingers interfacing the port. Code scrolled. Krell overrides clawing control. She purged them, rerouting power. The drone whirred alive, thrusters stuttering. Hale and Ruiz suppressed probing scouts, bolts sizzling past. One Krell spotted them, lance keening charge. Elena leaped aboard as it lifted, others piling on. It bucked under weight, but she coaxed it low across the floor. Clicks rose like alarms. Lances fired, scorching near her boot. The drone weaved debris from a collapsing walkway. Locking on! Ruiz yelled, twisting to fire. His shot clipped a limb, tumbling the warrior. Hale leaned over, grinning fierce. Keep smiling, Bugs. Weave your number. It surged toward the core hatch, but a Krell pod detonated nearby, shrapnel punching casing. Alarm screamed in her implant, failure imminent. It dipped, control slipping. Jump! They bailed, rolling as it plummeted, exploding in fire that lit the atrium like false dawn. Elena rose firing, dropping 2 Krell. Hale hauled Ruiz up, the 3 back-to-back against shattered railing. Heat-licked skin, smoke-stinging eyes. She scanned shadows, pulse rifle humming. Krell regrouped, mandibles clicking war chants. Core that way, Hale grunted, nodding to a corridor under twisted metal. Soot smeared his face, but his grin signaled he plodded ahead of doom. Ruiz coughed, clutching a fresh graze. Auxiliary holding, but mainframe breach? He trailed, implication clear. No lectures. 6 Krell scuttled over debris like hell roaches. Elena called it. Flank left, Ruiz. Hale, cover high. She darted right, sliding into alcove. First lunged, pincers snapping. She rolled under, bursting its undercarriage. Icor sizzled deck. Hale vaulted a beam. Rifle shattering a visor. Fish in a barrel. If fish pack lasers and grudges. His quip steadied them. Elena spotted the commander at corridor mouth. Antennae directing swarm. Take it, or reinforcements flood. Ruiz, big one's calling shots. Affirmative. Pinned behind console, he picked stragglers, calculating escapes. No clean shot. Too many. Plasma-scorched walls. One grazed Hale's shoulder, spinning him off beam. He hit hard, rolling to smother singed jacket. Son of a good. Blood welled dark. Hard hammering, Elena couldn't lose him, not core close. Stakes real. Blackout meant orbital glassing, billions lost. She hurled a panel shield, deflecting a bolt. Hale, Ruiz, draw fire on Mark. I take the big one. Copy, make it count, boss. Mark. Rifles chattered unison. Krell distracted. Elena sprinted, weaving. A slash missed. She cracked its joint with rifle stock. Up close, she jammed barrel under mandible, triggered. It shrieked, collapsing, twitching. Others faltered, coordination shattering. Move, core clear. They pushed corridor, atrium din fading. Ruiz glanced back. Explosion seal main access? Hale clapped his shoulder. Means we're fixing this mess. Elena held smile back. Auxiliary loomed, panel flickering errors. One hurdle more, humanity's edge. She crouched at the panel, lights pulsing frantic red-amber. Multi-tool pride cover, metal protesting. Ruiz, scan overrides. Hale flanks, bug swarm soon. Ruiz knelt, analyzer humming interface. Sweat beaded, but hand steady from years coaxing derelicts. Conduits fried. Emergency backups unstable, one surge, containment lost deck wide. Hale braced at bend, rifle on good shoulder. Station groaned, thunder deep bioluminescent residue marking alien trails. Clear but skittering, regrouping. Core regulated seals, life support, failure meant void suck from atrium breach. No finesse. Elena yanked cables, sparks dancing fingertips. Bypass damaged node. Ruiz, isolate auxiliary. Patch secondary grid. He eyed readout. Overloads relays. Minutes, not hours. Harmonics mismatch. Cascade bomb. Do it, she stripped leads, ozone acrid. Grit had carried them. Boarding betrayal, negotiation lies, command slaughter. Smiling through, fighting through. Hale cut urgent. Contact! 5 closing from vent. Creatures emerged, nightmares, iridescent black segments, mandibles hungry. One slashed Hale. He burst exoskeleton wet crack, but others covered curves. Keep off. Elena twisted wires bare-handed, heat-building palms. Ruiz rerouted frantically. Sinking hold. Panel whined, lights erratic as energy surged link. Screech pierced. Alien broke past, slamming Ruiz. Analyzer clattered, sparking. Stinger poised. Elena dropped cables, rolled sidearm fluid. 2 shots bloomed blue blood torso. It convulsed atop Ruiz. He shoved off, clutching ribs. Hale advanced cover. Grazed, pinned. Claw rake sleeve, blood seeping. Core hummed stable, errors green. But Ruiz coughed blood-flecked. Holding! But strain pulls life support. Can't stay. She slung his arm over shoulder. Station shuddered, hull integrity alarm. Time bought, what price? Hale limped over, rifle raised, defiance and grim smile. Core hours, Elena said, ache chest deep. Now seal breach or die trying. She gripped Ruiz tighter, boots scraping grate as tremor rattled. Air hummed, core's stability. Walls groaning, beast stir. Hale led, rifle sweeping haze, blood trailing arm. Life support flickering. Hale muttered, panels stuttering red. Minutes before O2 drops. Breach deck 7 engineering lock. Ruiz wheezed, shoulder pulling. Can't run. Schematics, talk through, she shook head, legs burning. Not staying. Patched core together. Patch hull same. Alarms lulled, deceptive, cold, whispering vacuum. Access tube, pipes, conduits flickering. Hale overrode hatch, revealing wiring sparks. Aliens hit line in breach. Wrong step fried. She propped Ruiz bulkhead. Face ashen, eyes sharpened, damage scan. Jury rig shunt. Bypass main, use core auxiliary. Hold seal for weld. Hale slung rifle, toolkit belt. Hand steady graze, fingers panel dancing, outpost familiar. On it. Elena, cover far, claws sniff, by time. Sidearm unholstered, heart station pulse. Tube shadowed, strips buzzing fireflies. Scuttling echoed, not human. Shape lunged gloom, segmented blur. Chitin iridescent. She fired crack sharp, shattering foreleg. Screech recoiled. Two more skittered, mandibles clicking. Contact. Backing bullet sparked armor, slowing. One leaped, claws helmet close. Hale cursed, abandoning shunt midwire. Rifle snatched, pulped head burst. Ichor sizzled. Ruiz fast, these pile. Ruiz leaned, ragged, precise. Red to auxiliary. Surge, brace feedback. Fingers twitched, guiding chaos. Elena reloaded, shot seconds buying. Smoke thickened, advance clicking fury. Gray's thigh tore fabric, suit weave glancing. Pain hot, pivoted round eye cluster. Hale slammed panel, shunt thundersnap. Light screen dimmed, power reroute. Seals hissed barrier. Station bucked violent, hull groan. Seal barely. Hale wiped sweat. Surge pulled life support. 0230. Ruiz slumped, cough racked. Good. Get breach. Manual weld, torch my pack. She hauled up, scuttling faded at barrier. Thigh throbbed, limp creep, path cleared deck 7. Hale point, grim smile, low light. Emerged engineering bay. Breach star wound, jagged tear void, swirling debris, weak gravity. Alarms final warned, space nip edges. Torch shut, Hale ordered, handing tool, bracing Ruiz. Arc ignited, blue hiss, hands steady edges tracing. Sparks flew, metal glowing, but shutter core strain unravel threat. Distant explosion rocked, lights black heartbeat. Arc wavered, seal gap thinning. Not enough, power drains fast. Ruiz weak unyielding. Auxiliary cells locker. Overload, humans don't break easy. She dove locker, Hale suppressing vent shadows, weld resumed stronger, surge fusing. Heat bloomed visor, sweat eye sting, breach narrowed inch agonizing. Seam glowed, cooled gray. Alarms murmured, support humming life. But Rui's breath shallower, blood deck staining earnest. Elena lowered torch, base silent gasps ragged. Hale holstered, eyes sealed hull. Held for now. Void stared indifferent, station breathed defiant cycle. She knelt Ruiz, gloved hands compressed gash side. Med foam expanded his seal, but face pale lights under. Eyes half flutter. Hang Ruiz, ugly scar home show. Hale scanned corridor, rifle low, breath steady, sweat bead. Hum steadied. Clangs empty hall footsteps, breach not only problem. Scans movement lower decks. Hit isn't done. She wiped blood finger suit. Aliens? Systems tricks? Ruiz groaned shift. Adjusted compress, voice murmur. Talk buddy, play. Ruiz coughed wet rattle, Hale wince. Logs pre-breach, smiled terms offer. Wider fired. Burst costing. Not translators, mimicry, trap. Hale jaw tightened. Aliens, iridescent vent glimpsed, boarded alliance pretense. Fringe outpost, partnership hungry void grind. But shift. Gestures sharp, smiles eyeless. Helped Ruiz bulkhead prop crate. Comms array. Signal fleet pre-cut off. Schematics raced, tunnels below, relays vulnerable. Direct exposed galleries. Hale ammo checked. Clearway. Follow stable. Shadow moved, cautious, unyielding, asteroid hull, solar flare survivor. Elena rigged alarm wiring trip sensors. Ruiz gripped arm firm. Don't trust smiles, Elena. Learning us. Fast. Corridor branched, dim tunnels. Pipes, steam puff irregular. Hale junction paused, scope peering. Flicker, fluid machinery not. Burst fired, shots thunder confined. Sparks panel keen sliced. Contact, comm crackle. 2 down, flankers more. Hoisted Ruiz arm shoulder, protest ignoring. Moving, lean. Shuffled forward, boots great scrape, step strength negotiation. Arrow zone thick circuits. Hale covered. Shots precise. Mass center shimmering shadows. Lunged claw armor scrape. Drove butt core crunch. Slumped fluid oil pool. Lift shaft doors pried chaos half. Wedged Rui's car overrode. Auxiliary control. Hack outer defenses. Descent rattled, brakes whine. Slumped wall, eyes sharpened. Ingenuity, right? Us. Hale braced ground open, rifle platform sweep. Empty now. Keening louder, vent chorus. Adapting. Attack patterns. Testing responses. Keyed console, fingers cracked interfaces. Power flickered, comms reroute. Signal burst, distress human relay. Feedback screeched. Jammed, alien mimicry layered. Distorted human please aid. Broadcasting as us, sweat neck trickle. Ruiz upright dragged side panel point. Override frequency. Modulate biosigns. Can't fake heartbeats. Patched console affirmative beep. Jam broke, true signal piercing. Platform shuddered, bulkhead pressure groan. Hale spun. Upper vents incoming. Shapes poured, twisting leap mid. Grabbed conduit, bat swung nearest fend. Crack connected, skittering. Holly Ruiz tandem fired, Ruiz wild cover. Breached line pinned console. Maw split smile might clicking. Knee drove, twisted free, emergency seal slam. Door cycled, limb claw siver. Panting regrouped. Signal held, replies crackle. Fleet inbound hours. But Ruiz slid, foam darkening. Business cost, rasped grin force. Hale shoulder clap. Time by. Human way. Scans monitored, vitals dipping. Aliens pressed. Defiance beacon hum, one light dark encroach. Gripped console edge. Knuckles whitening alarms, pulse heartbeat sync. Severed limb twitched floor. Ichor oil spill, breach sealed now. Hale knelt Ruiz, med foam fresh thigh gash, hardening crude under dim lights. Talk Ruiz, steady grit too many wounds patched. Ruiz winced elbow prop. Scratch. More limb sense, next eyes aim. Grin faltered pain lance, stim shot offer wave. Save, clear heads next wave. Scans flickered. Integrity 60, reserve shields bleed. Alien ship viewport loomed. Jagged silhouette starfield. Pods detaching storm spores. Signal boosted thin fleet thread. Hours eternity's enemy door hammer. Probing outer ring. Fingers controls dance. Not full, testing. Auxiliary turrets reroute. Shutter cut off. Lights dim surged, Hale override slap. Do vents handle, crawl prevent. Moved purposeful asteroid hull survivor, plasma cutter toolkit grab. Blue arc illuminated face stark, great weld sparks. Alloy melt acrid. Corridor beyond scrapes chitin close. Creature barrier tested, claw edge price screech. Company, calm grunt. Ruiz shot good? Dead better, pistol level great. Lunged mandibles splay. Fired once twice. Punched exoskeleton sizzle, wedged limb slash wild. Console abandoned moment, conduit pipe loose grabbed bat swing. Impact joint crack, Ruiz headshot time. Jerked back gurgle, fluid spray. Hale crawl space emerged, grime smeared. Vents secure. Massing airlock, breaching charges prep. Alarms escalated, strobes red bloody room. Return station, power frantic burst reroute. Turrets word void stitch laser. Pods nimble evade most. Clipped one tumble, 3 latched magnetic thud bone vibrate. Shields 30, voice tight. Airlock blow done. Ruiz round chambered, color fade. Pay inch every. Ale. Feedback loop charges rig. Eyes lit, ingenuity fatigue cut. Own boom overload? Risky, yeah. Elena, spoof docking, airlock open think. Interface worked mind race. Long shot mining trick pirate swarm, safe not survive. Patching, swarm wrong hatch, minutes by. Plan snapped. Hale remote detonator scavenged parts grid thread. Ruiz console covered, drone viewport close shot precise pain despite. Bait took, pod shifted decoy converge. Triggered loop, charges backfired, chain muffled, ranks rip. Debris void bloomed, pods shear, cost blast back outer plating buckle. Alarms hull breach scream. Sealed compartment time just atmosphere plume fleeting hiss. Pulled back 3 wall collapse station groan. Minutes bought, Ruiz thread voice. Fleet closer. Scans undeterred ship, core brighter. Worse prep. Met gaze resolve harder. Hold. Desperate fix one time. Gripped console edge, knuckles readouts flicker white. Alarms wailed relentless heartbeat sync. Hale auxiliary panel non-essentials reroute. Outer ring support flicker seconds by. Scans incoming, Ruiz sensor array fingers dance. Sweat brow, level voice storm anchor. Venting plasma thing. Pissed off we. Alien vessel viewer larger. Hull mosaic iridescent living shift. No ports visible, heart core throb erratic burst. Mind raced. Negotiations spectacular fail hours ago. Hollow table smiles crumble unspoken agendas. Now siege orbital outpost Orion arm foothold thread cling. Hail fist slam. Options. Outgun can't. Boarding pods, suggested brave streak fear push. Schematics pulled, airlock weakened trace. Think done. Team slip core virus plant. Pulse own turn. Ruiz head shake, wit tension cut. Pirates behemoth play. Engineers not commandos last check. Hale nodded grit shine. Better annihilation weight gear. Moved fast, suits hurried click seal dim corridor. Toolkit checked, EMP charges improvised station scrap. Hull groaned. Vibrations panels loose rattle. Secondary breach? Verify no time. Docking tube emergency shuttle narrow gauntlet. Lights red strobe. Ruiz led scanner hand cautious steps trap probe. Clear far. Detective won't. Hale cut thrusters manual load. Hand steady brave point no hesitation. Strapped last mine colonies flash millions gambit count. Detached jolt engines whisper arc alien ship minimal thrust black ghosts. Alerts helmet soft blare. Vessel viewport filled. Sensor tendrils curious finger extend. Ruiz curse mutter, stealth field tweak, human hack, signature mask, debris earlier blast. Contact 10 seconds, hail comters. Elena breach, count make. Nodded self, charge hand. Kissed hull metallic, mud clamps engage. Plating thinner scar decoy. Torch bit, vacuum sparks dance. Inside corridors twisted unnatural. Walls bioluminescent veins pulse. No gravity silence eerie boot thud break. Ruiz ahead swept quips wit silenced alien hum louder grow. Patrol drone word view sleek tentacled scan. Hail lunged wrench club improvised core smash spark shower. Crumpled hum spiked lights flare. Onto us Ruiz whisper bulkhead back. Pressed core chamber scans ahead. Heart pounded charge plant, fingers tremble precise. Detonate mark my. Alarms echoed ship alien distant klaxon. Footsteps multiple chitin, fast approach. Hail suit flare fired, corridor white blind, go pull. Retreated scramble, Ruiz scavenged pulse rifle suppressive burst cover. Charge ticked, glanced back shadows converge. Mark. Explosion rippled, core pulse stutter erupt feedback. Bulkheads warp atmosphere geyser wild. Shuttle peeled list just systems cascade fail. Lagged Ruiz drone shard suit pierce. Floated limp comm crackle. Get gout. Hauled aboard hatch seal debris pelt. Station receded enemy fracture glowing segment. Back made Ruiz patched fade medbay lights pale face harsh. Watched jaw set cost edge deeper. Fleet range now quiet resolve unbroken. Endured humanity. Scar one time. Gripped shuttle controls hail. Veins forearms bulge engines wind debris drag. Core flare viewport crimson painted fading cold stars mock escape. Elena auxiliary shields reroute. Pulse loose shake might. Knotted fingers console fly sweat brow bead. Done but Ruiz filtration suit fail. Toxin spike. Medbay need not tin can. Slumped jump seat breaths ragged side clutch dart pierce. Fine. Scratch. Fly keep captain. Shot look rear view. Wit gone teeth grit lips pale. No lies time. Fleet signal nav screen blink distant beacon 2 hours. Void swarm threat secondary. Drones stray. Fractured ship remnants converge. Wasp angry. Proximity blared. Massive tumbled path. Hull chunk twisted internal fire glow. Yanked stick shuttle buck thrusters burst. Metal screech graze sparks hull firework. Too close stabilized spin mutter. Core AI active heard if could. Mind raced. Aliens human improv underest. Treaty smile contingency forge. But Black here smiles nothing mean. Ruiz talk. Dart feel burning. Numbing. Coughed wet stomach turn. Nerves. Wrong fire. Electricity veins. Tech paralyzed design not kill quick. Leaned scan pad vitals. Right. Neurotoxin tailored physiology hit hard. Counter improv or seize hour next. Shuttle shuddered faint vibration deck hum. Scanners checked. Threats no immediate. Debris thicken explosion storm birth. Remembered Epsilon negotiations. Diplomats wide eye human primitiveness beam grit oblivious beneath. Now grit all had. All right, steady voice. Elena chem synth pull. Mix got adrenaline medkit recycler's air filter. Time by. Hesitated Rui's eye flick. Jury rig bad day. Worse make could? Or breathing keep? Locked eyes. Collier but lose not alien bug too. Weak grin. Do stories fleet boys tell. Moved fast, synth unhooking tubes rig suit Ruiz. Air tang sharp chemical mix antidote desperation born. Kept steady weave graveyard float. Dodge each cost reminder. Warship lost crew scatter now this. Minutes stretched. Monitors erratic beep steadied. Face color creep. Better. Tingling fade. Exhaled bulkhead slump. Worked now for. Alert chimed stronger. Scanner shadow detached debris. Sleek probe alien design signature lock. Punched evasive thrusters. Hold. Company coming. Accelerated probe. Warning pulse cabin blue lit. No negotiation. Annihilation echo. Dove denser debris cluster hulks cover use. Followed relentless scans dark finger probe. Outrun forever can't tight voice. Fuel 30%. Ruiz steadier now console point. Wreckage use. Big fragment ahead momentum. Slingshot confused track probe. Saw girder massive lazy spin. Risky human. Angled burn time. Whipped girder around. G-forces seat pin, probe overshoot metal distant fire bloom. Silence followed support hum break. Clear moment. Eased controls fleet signal brighter grow. Scars remained. Breaths labored hull scarred. Smiled fire through survived. Void whisper no surrender. Hands trembled control shuttle lurch fleet rendezvous. Stars light streak blur. Leaned forward, fingers auxiliary panel fly. Power little remain comms array reroute. Signal weak but there. Steel thread voice creaking hull amid. Slumped seat Ruiz. Bandage makeshift side staunch blood eye sharp void scan pursuit sign. Fleet scanners materialized fog ghost emerge. Dozens human vessels patched battle-worn formation hold alien armada encroach against. Punched docking codes shuttle carrier bay align gaping. Clamps engaged shutter teeth rattle. Ramp hiss open corridor hurried footsteps urgent shouts alive. Medics swarmed Ruiz first, stretcher haul while Hale Elena follow. Survival weight gravity 0G after press down. Briefing room Captain Voss waited. Face lines too many close calls etch. No words waste. Krell Nebula edge mass. Probes flank fix got, yours included. Data wreckage slingshot need. Nodded drive encrypted slide table across. Elena added. Tracking algorithms adapt fast, time bought. Relays jam use. Voss gazed between flick assess. Negotiations broke hour ago. Peace not talking anymore. Tension air coil fleet mobilize engines heartbeat thrum. Joined tactical team holographic projections battlefield pour. Krell ships loomed massive. Hulls iridescent distant starlight. Arrays weapons predatory glow intent. Worked beside cautious nature's shine trajectory crosscheck. Command node hit here. Vector trace the coordination disrupt. Wrong burn one vaporware. Ruiz patch stubborn hobbled minutes later station insist. Danced worse grunted wit grim focus cut. Plan fragments formed. Decoy drones faint pinpoint strike shuttle scarred momentum data. Krell movements predict use. Grit bone settle this heroics not humans refuse break just. Carrier surged forward alarms blare. Krell cruiser nebula haze broke through. Beams claw lance out. Fleet scattered shields impact flare. Gripped console auxiliary guns direct fire. Evasive delta pattern. Voss bark. Hand steadied targeting breath even. Locked firing. Torpedo streaked cruiser flank burrow silent debris bloom. But adapted Krell formation noose titan. Spotted first Ruiz. Flanking, they reroute decoys now. Slammed override drones chaotic swarm launch. Aliens hesitated sensors overwhelm seconds precious by. Gap that fleet main battery hell unleash cruiser core shatter. Shrapnel void peppered temporary reprieve. Fray deeper shuttle data worth proved. Watched allied ships asteroid remnants slingshot mirror earlier escape. Krell pursuit confuse algorithms. Faint smile first tension crack, worked. Scattering there. Yet winced side clutch medics internal damage worn. Cost lingered triumph shadow. Command node ahead loomed bulbous Krell behemoth energy pulse. Voss voice cut, ships all converge. Count make. Team fired killing shot improvised EMP burst shuttle derived frequencies lace. Node flickered erupt cascade fail systems. Alien fleet falter beast heart struck like. Battle waned carrier formation limp back. Hull scored cruise exhaust. Stood observation deck Elena side Ruiz below recover. Stars secrets held humanity light brighter burn. Gripped railing observation deck cold metal palms bite stars past blur. Stood beside breath steady eyes void scan Krell remnants shattered glass drift like. Carrier engines low hum weary pulse chaos after. Silence heavier victory felt. Captain. Voss intercom crackle quiet pull. Fleet command patching through. Diplomats en route neutral zone hour 1. Nodded self no see though. Krell mid-battle sued peace transmissions frantic node fall after. Smiles negotiations thought briefings remember. Humans teeth grit grin aliens weakness probe while. Now fleet tatters smiles weight carry. Turned face console glow lit. Ruiz stable. Asked you medbay quiet two bad jokes without. Ghost laugh escape. Ruiz wiry engineered jury-rigged EMP scavenged parts downed shuttle. Below lay ribs crack lung puncture. Ingenuity tide turned cost every face lines etch.
Tell Celebrate done this.
Heroics no more. Deck shuttered faint docking clamps elsewhere engage ship. Voss hatch appeared uniform grease streak cautious tactician line held plans crumble when. Boarding there. You two me with, see up against make sure. Moved corridors crew tide part. Tired nods, shared glances, fire-forged bonds speak. Mind raced negotiation table ahead. Krell envoys towering inscrutable tendrils twitch calculation. Humanity edge numbers weapons not. Grid improvise fail all when let. Conference chamber loomed walls reinforced earlier breach after. Voss point took voice sharp enter they. Seats equal. Holograms no, face. Krell delegates pods uncoiled bioluminescent veins wary rhythm pulse. Lead speaker hulking vex core form sensory frond extend. Node lost, term seek we. Met gaze or pass one smile steady mocking not unyielding. Terms withdrawal start. Full retreat fringe systems. Reparations colonies glassed you. Flanked tablet-ready data streams battle. Human ships behemoths outmaneuver sheer adaptation. Shuttles beacons turned traps lure enemy. Didn't speak yet evidence air hang let. Vexcor hesitated Franz quiver. Ingenuity or surprises? Underestimated fragile ones. Leaned forward with tension cut. Underestimate again? Learn fragile aren't how just. Negotiations stretched hours ship artificial night bleed. Argued borders mapped resource shares countered ploy every cold logic. Krell pushed cracks probe humanity unity held. No grand speeches quiet resolve annihilation stared those down. Concession dawn cycle. Borders redrawn aid rebuild pledge. Vexcor frond withdrew respect might. Peace then. But know this. Light your dark eyes draws from. Envoys departed lingered viewport alien ships limp away. Touched arm small warmth chill amid. Rui's voice nearby comm pipe. Heard talking part 1-2. Soft get don't me on cap. Stars wield secrets intact, cost scarred fleet lives forever changed, easy triumph no ensure. Clapped shoulder, adapt we. Edge our. Endured humanity.